featuring Professor Ken and Reek in the Lion's Den.
Okay, another thing that I think a lot of people don't know and they should be well informed on is this new virus that is said to be coming up out of Asia, China, and I want to say the World Health Organization has declared it a global epidemic where I guess, different countries should be wary about, letting, I guess people that are coming from that region of the world into their countries. What do you think about this situation that is taking the world by storm?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that, this is not something new. This is an old tactic, that the white supremacists have been using for years. General Amherst, he sent smallpox blankets up into, the Indian reservations and gave the Indians smallpox. They sent syphilis into Tuskegee to experiment on those people that went to Tuskegee and the Tuskegee Institute. It's been a known fact that, there are certain people who have think tanks, and all they do is they try to think of things that they can do to bring about mass destruction and genocide on a specific race or specific people in order to create a population control. So when you see all these diseases like Ebola and all these different diseases that kill in mass numbers, these diseases and all that stuff was manufactured in a chemical. In a chemical lab. Right. When you look at AIDS, they say AIDS is a manufactured disease. Right. They say most of the disease that we see is manufactured disease, and it's been said that by 2050 that this food supply, the water supply in this country won't be able to sustain the populations. So what they're doing is, they find and they think is coming up with all different type of chemicals and all type of warfare that they can disperse into the society so they can cause a epidemic and have numerous of people die simultaneously real quick, and then they quarantine it and get a grip on it when they feel that enough people have died. It's a couple times in history. I think the biggest period of time when they did this was, I think at one time 60-something million people died around the world. The last time was a major a disease, that spread it throughout the country. So, I understand what's going on. You don't just live in a society, Reek, for hundreds and millions of years, and all of a sudden something just pop out into the society. If it was in society, it always been in society. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's manufactured. These diseases don't just show up.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got them in animals. They said the corona is in animals, it's in humans, it's in everything. That it's airborne. You can cough, and when you cough, if it get in your face or get in your skin, it can cause you to have these symptoms. The flu system, headache. Or heart problems, and so on and so forth. So we understand, that the 1%, the people that control this earth, they got to make sure that they sustain themselves. One way they sustain themselves is by killing poor people, or people, whether they're rich or poor, that do not heed. If you don't heed the calling, if you don't watch out, if you don't look for the warning signs that they give, then, you too is going to be a product of their destruction. So, yes, they put diseases out in our community. Like I said, they put General Amherst and smallpox up at the Indian reservations. The Army sent syphilis into Tuskegee, they say that some mad scientists, they manufacture AIDS. Now this corona is just another same with the same old, man. It's just another, trick of the enemy, of the people to do what they do. Right. And they get a kick out of it. Believe it or not, they get a kick out of these think tanks that they have. They got over 5,000 think tanks, the white supremacy do. And in these think tanks, some of them is designed to keep people blind, deaf, and dumb. Some of them is designed to create social engineering, to create psychological engineering. Some of them is designed, to create psychologies and inferiorities and stuff like that, in the society, so people can, be affected by certain things. And then some of them is designed to kill people. When the populations get out of control, they tell their think tanks, we need y'all to go to thinking and see what y'all gonna do about this here. So right now, the think tanks, they came up with this corona disease, and this disease is killing people. And, they say over 57 million people in China is being quarantined. You know what I mean? They said the disease is so bad that, if 5 people get it, they can spread it out to about 5 million people in a matter of months. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they don't know who got it. They don't know who the carriers are. They don't have a cure for it. So, I mean, do the math.
Right, and I look at it like this. As AIDS, as any other, H1N1, swine flu, all these things have patent numbers. So, I mean, you got a computer right in your hand right now. Go research all that. You can find the patent numbers to all these so-called viruses that, are plaguing the people. And you figure that means, like you said earlier, they've been manufactured in a lab somewhere.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's obvious, brother. But, a lot of people, they think that when people say this stuff, they try to kind of write it off as a conspiracy theory, because they say people just being paranoid and they're being superstitious. But, let's look at what's going on in the United States Congress right now. Here we have a president of the United States who openly, told another country to go and investigate his rival, Joe Biden. I mean, not to be political, not to take any side, because I know some of your listeners is Republican, some of them Democrat, so I'm not going to take no side, but I'm just saying the mere fact that this is even being discussed lets you know that if they can do it on that level, let's take Trump out the picture, man. Imagine what else is going on that we don't. I mean, this is the minuscule things. These are the small, minute things that we know about. What about all the enormous things that's going on an astronomical level that we don't know nothing about? All these little, when you walk past, you see these little vacant lots. When you drive to the highway, they got these hills. People think they're hills. They're really laboratories. You know what I'm saying? Why they got fence around the hill? You know what I'm saying? They got little pipes and stuff sticking up out the ground. You know what I mean? It's a reason for that, because that's where they manufacture their diseases at. Right here in the United States. And people say, well, man, no, not America. Okay, if we so free, then why we need a passport to leave? You know what I'm saying? If we so free, why we need a birth certificate to get up out this country? Why we can't just go to the airport and get on the plane? Why we gotta have a visa to go to another country? Because it's certain things that they do. It's certain things that they want. They control you. You know what I'm saying? That's how they control diseases. People think that your passport and your visa is give you a right to travel. No, that keeps you inside the country. The only way you can get out the country is they got to stamp it. You know what I mean? And they got to prove it.
Right.
And then, you can go to another country. But when stuff like this happens, when you have these epidemics, you have these, these viruses and so on and so forth, and whatever you call it, they have to exercise their power to keep the people in close quarters, and tell them that they can't go. That's why they got borders everywhere, to keep people, locked in.
Right. And,
so they do that. People think their driver's license is a driver's license. The driver's license is nothing but a commerce. It gives you, it's not an ID. It gives you a right to do business in this country, to commute and do commerce, do business. It's a lot of stuff. People look at the birth certificate. Who signed your birth certificate? It say the state. It say you're in state property. You know what I mean? You say, well, I ain't state property. Then slap one of your kids and see what they call it. They're gonna call you a ward of the state. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call you, a ward of the state. The state can come take your kids if you abuse your kids. You know what I'm saying? Look at your land. You own the land, but you don't own the mineral rights. If you strike oil over under your porch, the government has the right to claim that. They're like, we own these mineral rights. If you find gold, they own the mineral rights. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Look at your driver's license. If you if you violate, you get too many tickets, they can take your license. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. You know what I mean? Just think about your deed. You know, if you don't pay your taxes, they can come and take your house. Okay, these are the things that you can identify with. What about the things that you can't identify with? Like you said, like manufacturing disease, the think tanks that they have to, come up with the chemicals in order to break down the chemical compound, to the point where, they resonate on the level that they resonate. That is not an accident. According to laws, nothing is accidental. According to precepts, there's nothing coincidental. Everything happened according to law. Everything have an evolutionary development. Everything evolves. These diseases is just not, coming into existence. Somebody evolving these. They're using a process, a chemical process that creates, the destruction of millions of people, because they understand the immune system. They know how to attack the immune system. AIDS is acquired immune deficiency syndrome. That's what AIDS means. But that means that it attacks your immune system. Most diseases, they kill people. It attacks the immune system, and the immune system can't fight it off quick enough, and you die.
Right.
So who are the people that's doing it? They obviously got to be people that was educated in the United States. You can't come off of, Broadway, you can't come off of Penn Avenue and go create a disease. It's like you can't produce a gun. We look at all the guns in our community. We don't manufacture not one gun.
Right.
But we have many guns in our community.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have no poppy plants. We don't have no weed plants. But we have a lot of weed, and we have a lot of cocaine in our community, from the poppy seed, from the cocoa leaves and all that. You know what I'm saying? These people, they putting drugs in our community. This is not no myth. We are not tripping people. People might say, yeah, this is not a conspiracy. These people are really putting drugs in our community. We don't own no boats. We don't own no planes. We don't own no ships. How these drugs is in massive and wholesale levels in the African American community? Ask yourself that, people. Ask yourself, how's all these guns that are manufactured, some in Russia, in Germany, all over the world, being in the middle of the ghetto? Black men and black women are killing each other. Wholesale numbers, our murder rates are shooting up, in the 400-500s in small cities as small as Little Rock. It might be a population at the max, 20,000 black folks. Ask yourself these questions. These folks are mad scientists. They are mad scientists. If they can do all this, if they can do all this other form of destruction, believe me, they can come up with a concept, to wipe us all off. It's called genocide. It's called genocide. They can kill us, because one of the things that they know is that what they love money, and they love power, and they know that the people in a democratic environment controls power. So if we was to hook up all of the whites, po blacks, po Mexicans, po Italians, and po whoever, and we was to seriously go out and have a get out the vote campaign, we could vote all of those people out of Congress. And they don't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that to happen. They're trying to keep the numbers. In order to keep the numbers, you got to figure out how to elite some of the numbers, or delete some of the numbers, and alleviate. You know what I'm saying? It's a process of elimination. It's a process of elimination.
This is my book, The Art of Human Chess. It's a bestseller, New York best time seller. This book here sold millions, sold all over the world, all throughout the prison system. This is the book, The 48 Laws of Game PHARAOHS. Make sure you get these books. If you don't want to buy the hardcover, if you don't want to buy the paperback, then the best thing to do is go to iTunes on your cell phone and type in my name, Pimpin' Ken, and I guarantee you the book will pop up. If that don't work, go to audible.com, type in my name. If that don't work, go to amazon.com, type in my name. Anywhere books is sold all over the country, you can get my books. These are my best-selling books. You hear people talk about them all the time on Instagram, on Snapchat. These are definitely some good reads. Please get my book. I guarantee you that you will never be the same. Your life will be impacted, and also your life will be enhanced just by getting these two books, The Art of Human Chess and The 48 Laws of Game. Just like the 48 Laws of Power, just like The Art of War.
Too cool to count. 24/7.